The Thompson Twins were a British pop band formed in 1977 in Sheffield, England. Initially, the group comprised Tom Bailey on bass and vocals, Pete Dodd on guitar and vocals, John Rogue on guitar, and John Podgorski on drums. They derived their name from the bumbling detectives Thompson and Thompson in the comic series The Adventures of Tintin. In their formative years, the Thompson Twins were influenced by the burgeoning post-punk and new wave scenes. After relocating to London, they lived as squatters in Clapham, reflecting the DIY ethos of the time. During this period, they released their debut single, Squares and Triangles, in 1980 on their own Dirty Discs label, followed by She's in Love with Mystery. The band's lineup underwent several changes. By 1981, Tom Bailey and Chris Bell were joined by Joe Leeway on percussion and vocals, and Jane Shorter on saxophone. Alannah Currie, who had been associated with the band, officially joined, contributing percussion and vocals. This ensemble released their debut studio album, a product of participation, in June 1981. The album showcased a post-punk sound infused with African rhythms and chants. Following further lineup changes, the band solidified as a trio in 1982 consisting of Bailey, Currie and Leeway. This transition marked a shift towards a more mainstream pop sound. Their third studio album, Quick Step and Sidekick, came out in 1983 and featured hits like Lies and Love on Your Side, propelling them into the UK charts. The pinnacle of their success came with the release of Into the Gap in 1984. The album included chart-topping singles such as Hold Me Now, Doctor, Doctor, and You Take Me Up. These tracks not only dominated UK charts but also gained significant international acclaim. In 1985, the band performed at Live Aid in Philadelphia, joined on stage by Madonna, highlighting their global appeal. Joe Leeway departed from the band in 1986 and briefly pursued acting and a solo music career, though neither venture achieved significant success. By 2006, he had transitioned to hypnotherapy and neurolinguistic programming and established a practice in Los Angeles, where he works as a certified trainer. Meanwhile, Bailey and Currie continued as a duo, releasing albums like Close to the Bone, released in 1987, and Big Trash, out in 1989. In 1991, they released Queer, which would be their final studio album under the Thompson Twins name. By 1993, they had transitioned into a new project called Babel, focusing on dub-influenced, chill-out music, before eventually disbanding in 1996. Tom Bailey served as the frontman and primary songwriter for the Thompson Twins. In 1991, he married bandmate Alannah Currie in Las Vegas. The couple relocated to New Zealand in 1992 with their 2 children. During this period, Bailey produced and played keyboards on the album mix by the New Zealand band Stella, earning the Producer of the Year award at the New Zealand Music Awards in 2000. He also arranged soundtracks and provided instrumental music for several films. Bailey and Currie divorced in 2003, after which Bailey returned to the UK. He continued to make music under the moniker International Observer, releasing albums such as Seen in 2001, All Played Out, released in 2005, and Felt, out in 2009. In 2014, he began performing Thompson Twins songs live for the first time in 27 years, and released his debut solo album, Science Fiction, in 2018. Tom Bailey continues to perform solo, with his recent Into the Gap 40th anniversary tour in 2024, celebrating the iconic Thompson Twins album. His 2025 tour dates include performances across South Africa, the United Arab Emirates, New Zealand, and the UK. This ongoing activity ensures that the music of the Thompson Twins remains vibrant and accessible to both new and long-standing fans. Alannah Currie transitioned from music to activism and art. After moving to New Zealand, she established a glass casting studio and focused on raising her 2 children. In 2001, she founded Mothers Against Genetic Engineering in Food and the Environment, MAG, a group aimed at resisting the use of genetically engineered material in food and agriculture. One of her notable campaigns featured a controversial billboard depicting a young woman with 4 breasts connected to a milking machine, sparking debate on the ethics of genetic modification. Following her divorce from Bailey, Currie returned to the UK and married Jimmy Corti, formerly of the KLF. She now works as a visual artist under the pseudonym Miss Pocono and has exhibited her work in various London galleries. The earlier members of the band also pursued diverse paths. Pete Dodd and John Rogue formed a band called Big View and recorded a single titled August Grass in 1982. Dodd now lives in Chesterfield, working as a freelance journalist and musician, playing in a band called The Flow with Rogue. Matthew Seligman, who joined the band later, worked for a law firm in London and participated in reunions with his former band, the Soft Boys. He moved to Sendai, Japan, with his wife and daughter and contributed to various musical projects before passing away in 2020 due to complications from COVID-19. The Thompson Twins remain emblematic of 1980s pop music, with their hits continuing to receive airplay. Their innovative blend of new wave and synth pop has influenced numerous artists. While the band is no longer active, Tom Bailey's solo performances keep their music alive for new and existing fans alike. The personal journeys of the band's members reflect a blend of artistic exploration, activism, and new professional endeavors, illustrating their adaptability and resilience beyond their musical careers.